I'm just starting to use, um, YouTube. So I'm really excited to be able to do this. I'm not sure how it's coming out, but eventually I think I'll get better at this. Today we're going to talk about manifestation and love. And I know people ask me sometimes, how did you and Ed meet and what keeps you together? Well, we had an amazing experience meeting because within 10 minutes we knew that we were talking to the person that we needed to be with. And I had made a list of what I really wanted in a partner and created uh, this list and was really paying attention to it and asking people questions. And if I was interested in dating them or whatever, if they wanted to go out with me, or I would ask these questions and I would just see how they would respond to them. And I call them my 3 questions for relationships. These were important to me because I had been through a very long and drawn out relationship that was not healthy. And so I learned a lot from that. And what I'm going to tell you is that when you want to learn from your relationships why they didn't work, then you can really grow yourself. But if you keep saying to yourself that there's no good people out there, man or woman, or that you always are running into the same person, that's about you. That's about you. That's not about the other people. So when I'm working with people who want healthy relationships in their life and want a really great love relationship in their life, well, you have to work on you. It's not the other person that needs to come up to your standard. It's you that have to come up to your standard. So here's what happens when you make the list of what you want in a partner. Now you be that list. You be those things on those lists because it's not opposites attract. I know people say that, but there's something that's similar about both those people that bring them together. Now, it might be something negative that brings them together. So, we want to have a healthy relationship. We want to work on the things in our life that make us happy, healthy, and able to respond responsibility to things and situations in our life. There's lawn mowing going on. Anyway, when you make your list of what you really want in a partner, do you want them to listen to you? Do you want them to be able to enjoy your company? To think that you're the greatest thing since sliced bread? Because you know they slice it now and all the pieces are even. They didn't used to do that. Do you want to have somebody adore you? Do you want to have someone feel that they can trust you? See, you have to be trusting. You have to be adoring. You have to think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. You have to be putting all of this stuff together so that you're creating it for yourself. So if you want somebody who's a good listener, you be a good listener. If you want somebody who likes to play, you play. You can't put everything out on the other person for them to do for you. You have to do it for yourself first. Because I know that people say this, and it's from the line from Jerry Maguire, you complete me. But no, that's not how it works. You don't complete somebody until and unless you're at 100% of yourself. Yes, there's always places where they do something less or more, and you can fill in those spots for each other. But you have to be two complete people. You can't wait for somebody to come along and fill in for you. You be that person. That's my opinion and my advice. So here's the 3 questions. You ready for the 3 questions? This is how you manifest love. You learn from your mistakes, you learn from your experiences. And when I was sitting in my mother's living room one day and I went, I don't think it's supposed to be this hard. I think it's supposed to be like fun and easy because the relationship was very difficult. So here are the 3 questions I came up with. The first one was, how do you get along with your parents? Because you're next in a relationship. So the first person I asked that, they said, my parents never made a good decision for me my whole life. That's not a a great answer for me because I want somebody who gets along with their parents because I want to get along with them. And I said, well, they had you, didn't they? That was a good decision. So here's what we want. We want somebody who, at least, even if their parents have passed on, they have peace about their relationship with their parents. They have peace about it. Or you can listen to all kinds of things. Oh, they're my best friends, is what Ed said to me. They're my best friends. That's what I want. I want a best friend. Perfect answer. This is why it was so fast. He answered my questions really well. Here's another question that I asked, and this is just for fun. So you have to see how the person handles the question. It was, if you could, and you had to, how much money could you get a hold of in a 24-hour period? Like if you had to. Now, if the person says, why are you asking that? What are you all about money? They're not your person. Because this is a fun game to play. How much money could you get a hold of? It's not about the money. It's about whether they think it's an interesting question. What do they come up with? Who do they talk about when they're thinking about that? How do they react to that question? Because it's not just the answer, it's how they react to the question too. And then the third question, this is personal for me because I had a boyfriend who wouldn't introduce me to people as his girlfriend for years. I said, could you introduce me as your girlfriend? And he said, yeah, of course. Of course I could. So those are my three questions. Because look, introducing someone as your girlfriend means that you're acknowledging the relationship between you, that this is somebody who's important to you. They matter. They're not just a friend. This is my friend, Tanya. This is my girlfriend, Tanya. Big difference, right? So think about those questions. Think about how that would feel to you to ask someone those questions. If your relationship is not what you want it to be, look at how they get along with their parents and how their parents get along, because you're next. You're next. You know what they say, there's always 6 people in bed when there's 2 people in bed, because both sets of parents are there too. And what that means is the way that they see you treat your parents and the way your parents treat each other is how you're going to treat your partner. So take a look at that when you're looking at your relationship and when you're looking for a relationship. These are excellent questions to ask. And you can make up your own, that's fine. And you can make up your own list of who you want in your life. And you can be really specific about it. But just remember, sometimes people show up a little differently. And that's okay too. So make room for things to be just a little bit different than what you planned. Maybe even better, right? Could be that you didn't imagine that it could be this good because your imagination only took you so far. But allow yourself to have that allowing that room for things to be even better in your life. Why not? It's a really great way to go through life. So those are the 3 questions, and that's the way you manifest love. You start being what you want in your life. You look at where you're not measuring up to your own standard of that, and then start bringing yourself up to the standard that you want to live, and make it real for yourself. It's a great thing to do, and it helps you to really understand yourself. I think one of the reasons why I'm so really adamant about this is because I watched a lot of people get divorced and never do any work on themselves. It was always the other person's fault that they got divorced. But it takes 2 to tango. So if somebody's treating you badly, you let them. So that's on you for letting them. If they ignore you, that's on you too. Because you're allowing it to happen. You're training people how to treat you all the time. And by the way, your kids are watching that too. So when you train someone to treat you in a way that you don't like, and your kids are seeing that, this is why I ask, how do you get along with your parents? We are handing this down. They're not, they are paying attention. Let me just say, they are paying attention even when you think they aren't, they're paying attention. So it's all subconscious and it's all out there. So allow yourself to be clear about what you want in your life. Be clear about what you prefer. And then be that for yourself, because that's what attracts the person in. That's what I did. That's how I have been married for the last 30 years, 33, 32, 32 years. That and a lot of ignoring stuff that I don't like. And I know Ed does that too. You don't have to call everybody out on everything. You can just ignore it, and that's okay. And it really helps if you both have a great sense of humor and make each other laugh, because laughter is the best medicine. And it also helps if you know each other's love language. And we do. So allow yourself to have that information and see how you can really bring yourself into a relationship that feeds you, feeds your heart, feeds your soul, feeds your head. That's okay. You're allowed to have that. In fact, I encourage it. So if there's any questions that you have, please let me know. Comment below, like and subscribe, all the things, right? And I'll be back on the 1st, and then we're going to be starting a new session here monthly, where I'll be taking you through a tapping, emotional freedom technique tapping script. And the one that we're going to do next month is on discernment. So come and be with me on that. And you can subscribe and get emails. Go to my website, Quantum Healing International, and subscribe for emails, and you'll get reminders that this is coming up. So much love, many blessings. Have a great day, and find that love and be that love. Great. Now, how do I turn this off? Is that it?